What's going on, everybody? Liam here. Welcome back to the Blazer Golf Podcast. This is episode 7. We have a cool little episode coming up for you. This is the spring season preview. I got the chance to sit down with my teammates as well as our coach, Adam, and we talked some golf, talk expectations for the spring season, talk some funny stuff, and yeah, it's going to be a great episode. Firstly, though, before we get into the interviews, today's episode is brought to you by Golf Spoon, our friends over at Golf Spoon. Really cool tool they have going on here. So they're made right in the USA. Uh, Pretty much, it's a custom marking stencil for your golf ball. So you order it with whatever stencil you want. So here in the picture, there's an American flag, but if you want your school's logo, your team's logo, you can do that as well. It also serves as a divot tool, a club prop. It has the triple track alignment if you want to do that. And it also has the tee height stencil, which I think is very underrated. Just get consistency with your tee heights. So yeah, we have a code for you, Blazer Golf, all uppercase. Uh, this will get you 10% off. Links in the description. Again, go help out our friends over here and help out us in the process. Yeah, so let's get right into the pod. All right, Mike, welcome.
What's up, dude?
Obviously, everyone knows Mike.
What's up, guys?
This is where we get down to the gritty questions, though. So we're going to start off. Mike, do you want to very brief background for those who might not know you?
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Mike. I'm 19 years old. I'm a freshman at Elms College. I am double majoring in business, marketing, and sports management. And I've been playing golf for 3 years.
Sweet.
So that's the very, very little background there.
Trust me, there's much more detail. Check out our podcasts.
Blazer Golf.
So yeah, no. Mike, great to sit down, ask you some questions.
Absolutely.
Let's get straight into it then.
All right. That's the first question, man.
Our spring season's coming up.
Yep.
I want to get to know your realistic expectations for yourself and the team.
So I'll start with the team. I'd really like to see the guys care a lot more in practice, and care by I mean to improve, care about their own game, and to really get somewhere. Use this spring to maybe try some new things out, and to kind of set the pace for the rest of their years, for the years how they play golf. Personally, this spring is going to be kind of a warm up to my summer schedule that we've talked about in our last podcast. We're really busy. So just I want to get a taste of what's to come for this upcoming year and to try my best and see what happens.
Awesome. So with that being said, do you have any goals in mind for this spring season?
This spring season for these 3 events, score wise, I'd like to be under 80 in all of them. I want to revisit the mentality of tournament golf, and I'd like to get more comfortable with it, and perform better under pressure.
All right. Who do you think on the Elms team is going to improve the most this season?
That's tough. While I think a lot of the guys are going to improve a lot, I got to give it out to Alec. Honestly, I feel like Alec has a great swing. He's a great mentality, and the sooner he gets more comfortable in his own skin and plays a little bit more golf and gets help from coach, I feel like he can drop a whole lot of strokes.
Yeah, he's definitely got the potential.
Absolutely.
All right. Who is the most likely to lip out
on the team?
Yeah.
It's hard between you and John. You and John. I'd say John. You don't know why? And I'd say John because he hits the ball. You creep it in a little bit. I feel like you kind of get to the hole. John, he rams it. He tries to bang the back of the hole. So I'm giving it to John.
John, there you go. That's our first victim of the most lip outs. Is there anything you want to improve on? You kind of touched on this with your goals, but is there anything you want to improve on? Maybe mentally or course management wise this year?
Really to just touch it up. I mean, I feel like when you're playing hit and gable golf, I can score pretty well. I can really get around decently. It's just when the pressure's on. Second day on tournaments, I want to have that mentality where, if I'm playing well or I need to get into a lead or whatnot, I need to just It's a lot of mental. Yeah. Course management under pressure, just mental.
All right, let's get into some of the questions we all want to know.
Oh, lovely.
All right, who is the most likely to get a hole-in-one on the team? You can say yourself.
I was gonna say, I think me, man. I like my iron play this year. I feel like I'm gonna be throwing some close ones.
There you go. Who is the worst putter on the team?
Hate to say it, but it's Matt. Hate to say it.
No,
But he's got some grinding to do.
Someone's got to be. It doesn't mean he's bad.
No, he's not a bad putter. He's just got some grinding to do. He'll get it though. Matt, you got it, bro.
Who is the most annoying on the team?
Me. That's an easy one, guys. I'm gonna call it myself there.
All right, and finally, get straight down into it. Yes or no? Will Elms College win an event spring of 2022?
We got a 1 out of 3 shot, 33%. I mean, we only got to win one, right? The boys come out and play real well, and you and I are playing decently to get them in the right headspace. Absolutely.
There you go.
Small tournaments, we definitely could get on one.
Well, Mike, great talking. Great to dig into your mind
Thanks,
a little bit.
Appreciate it.
So yeah.
Hopefully to see what the other boys say on some of these questions.
Mike, thanks again.
Of course. All right, Liam, you're in the hot seat.
Yeah, my turn.
So Liam, give everybody here Blazer Golf background, where you're from.
Yeah, sure. Well, I am from Pittsfield, Massachusetts. I am a golfer, skateboarder. I'm kind of chill, go with the flow, and but yeah, I've been golfing for a while now. Close to like 7-ish years.
Yeah, so you're a vet.
Yeah, not quite yet. I'm still in my teens, barely.
Liam, what's your role on the Elms team here?
I am the captain. Captain with air quotes. No, I came into this understanding that I was going to have this early role of leading the team the best I can, knowing that we're going to be in a big rebuilding phase. But I think so far it's been pretty good, and I'm looking forward to the future of our program.
I love it. So Liam, let's dive right into it here. What are 3 goals you have for this upcoming season?
It's a short season, as we know, 3 or 4 tournaments, I think.
Yep.
I just want to contend to the best of my ability. I just want to be able to, and at least 1 or 2 of them, just contend. Feel like I have a chance at winning, or even if I don't win, just give myself a chance, pretty much. So that's one. I say the other is just I'm trying to think. I didn't think of these answers when I wrote them. 3 goals. Another goal would be to, as a team, set a new record for low team score. I'm not sure currently what it is. I think it's like. It's not great. So hopefully we can beat that. So that'd be another goal of mine, and then I guess just to have as much fun as I can, not stress out too much. Make sure the practices are good, and make sure I'm getting better as a golfer. I want to see improvement. If it's not in the scores, then at least something I can tell myself.
Yeah. So you kind of touched on this. As captain, I want to ask you, what are the expectations you have for your team this year?
Yeah, I want them to, obviously you and the other guys, I just want them to put in the effort, and that can be determined, or that can be described differently for most players. But, when I say put in the effort, I don't mean 6 hours practice, 3 hours in the gym. I just want them, when they're there and when they're plugged in, to give their all. Show up to practice with the intent of, okay, yes, we're going to have fun today. We're going to joke around, but I'm also going to get better. And how am I going to get better? And I want the players on the team to feel like they're here for a reason, and to feel like they're part of the team.
Couldn't agree more, man. That's awesome. That being said, who do you think is going to improve the most this year?
I'm going to go with John.
John.
And I understand he might not drop the most strokes like average score wise on the team, but I do feel like his improvement is going to be massive. I know he played in high school and took a little bit of time off before playing with us last fall. So I think he is going to take that leap, to break 80. And I think that is a massive improvement. Obviously, Matt and Alec are going to be doing their thing and grinding it. Hey, even you should be a sleeper for the most improved, because who knows what you're going to come out and be shooting. But
You never know.
But yeah, I'd go with John.
All right. So diving into a little more funner questions here. Who's most likely to lip out on a putt?
Ah, man, it's hard to not say me, but yeah. I don't know. I'll say you. I think honestly, and
That's fair.
not even. I think I've seen you catch a lot of lips. You're a good putter, so you hit the hole a lot. Meaning, unfortunately, when you hit the hole a lot, they don't always go in. You get more lip outs, so you might not. I don't know. You might not. You might lip out more, but you also make more putts. So it's kind of like, I don't know.
That's fair. Who do you think's most likely to get a hole in one this year?
I think I'm due. I've been golfing for a long time. I've had a lot of close calls. But honestly, it's going to be someone like Matt. I think Matt's just going to, first hole during practice one day, just can it. And then,
First hole at Cold Springs is a crazy hole.
It's going to be Matt or some shit.
So, who, in your take, is the most annoying player?
Next question.
Yeah, unfortunately, thinking in my head all those. Who's the worst putter on the team?
It's got to be Coach.
Coach?
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Hey!
I don't know. Probably I think you said Matt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably Matt. Alec is up there as well, and they know why. It's just we don't have to get into it.
And one more question here for you, Liam. Do you think that Elms in the spring season is going to maybe catch a dub? What do you think?
I don't think just yet we're ready. I think we're on a good pace, and I think we'll be contending in the fall quite a bit. I don't think this spring we're quite there yet. We haven't showed. We've showed signs, but we don't have the pieces, in my opinion. I think come next fall, we get a few more people. We're going to be right up there, though. And I think this spring, to add on to that, is going to be a good practice to get to that position. This spring we're going out there and see the potential and see what we got to do, work on it. Because I know we're such a young team. Even myself, I'm a sophomore, but I've played just as many tournaments as you guys, pretty much. So get those reps under our belt, another 3-4 tournaments. I think come fall, we're gonna be up there.
All right, Liam, appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in. And we'll hear from the other guys soon.
Welcome everybody. Got John here. John, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Not too bad. We're gonna ask you some questions. First, you want to give us a little background, brief background of yourself, how you got to Elms, real quick.
All right, yeah. So, kind of local from the area. Elms is actually right down the street from my father's house, so I just found it easier to go to college near home. I never really wanted to go far, but yeah. And I golf for the team. So
yeah. Well, we're glad to have you on. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Oh, no.
All right, let's get into some of these questions. First off, we got the spring season starting in a few days.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of your realistic expectations for the team?
The
team. And then individually, what are some of your expectations or goals?
All right, for the team, I think we should win a tournament. I think we can do that. I don't know what tournament, but we can win one. And I think that we should finish, and if we don't win one, I think we should finish top 3 in at least 2 of them as a team.
That's a high ask. But those are realistic expectations.
I think we can do it.
All right. What are some goals or expectations for yourself?
For myself, I want to, for the spring season, I want to shoot low 80s, and I don't really want anything above an 87.
Are you breaking 80 this year in tournament?
No.
Come on,
I hope so.
Man.
I hope so, but I don't think it's happening.
All right. Well, Moving on. Who do you think will win the most improved award this season
For Elms.
on our team? Yeah,
Well, it's either Alec or Matt.
I said you.
Is it me?
I said you. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
The honor.
It's either Alec or Matt.
I think it's
Why?
Alec. I mean,
It's tough.
it is tough for like when you're at a point where, especially you and Mike, where you're at that point where you're shooting in the 70s consistently. It's hard to knock off
Yeah,
6 shots.
that's why I went with you because I think it's harder for you to go from 87 to 80 than it is to go from 110 to 90,
Yes,
right?
100%.
So that's why, yeah, and I don't know. There's been mixed opinions. I mean, even if Mike comes out and shoots 67,
You
like
can't. I mean,
that would be definitely most improved because
Yeah.
that takes a lot. So you're saying
Matt or Alec.
Matt or Alec? All
Either
right,
one of
that's
those,
fine.
I believe.
If you could change one thing about the Elms team or just college golf in general, what would it be?
I'd say for college golf to let me take a cart, especially on courses like Cold Springs in Belchertown. That's a course
Why
that I don't like walking.
is it like a lazy thing?
Yeah,
Big time.
big time lazy. I mean, I don't. It's nice for the first like 5 holes, and then yeah, after that, I like to drive.
I would say I'd like it to be. I think I wouldn't mind. I don't know. I think I definitely don't want to take carts. I think maybe there's some like. I feel like our tournaments we get like the most boof food afterwards.
It depends on where we go.
Yeah. I don't know.
I like food though.
Keep it consistent with the tournament food. How's that?
Yeah, it's just I like
Alright.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. All right. Here we are. We're gonna get into the rapid fire segment. I'm gonna give you some questions, and you are going to give me an answer. You can feel free to include yourself or coach.
Okay,
Here we go. Who's the most likely to lip out?
Mike,
Who's the most likely to get a hole in one?
me,
Who's the best or who's the worst putter on the team?
Alec,
Who's the best putter on the team?
Liam.
Who's the most annoying on the team? Why are you laughing?
Is this the question?
Why are you laughing?
Mike.
5 for 5.
Yep.
Oh, Mike takes home the most annoying runs away with the award. Who is the who is the best 3-point shooter?
Oh, me, 100%. There's no doubt, no competition on
Hey,
the team.
I will
I
say
mean, coach has a chance, but
I went with you.
thank you.
Draw or fade?
I'll draw. I'll draw.
All right, that does it for the rapid fire.
That's quick.
You said you're most likely to get a hole in one. Why is that?
I mean, I've already holed out from like 90 yards, so I think the next step is a hole in one.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I said Matt. I just said like I feel like it's gonna be one of those like one-offs on the first hole of practice or something like.
He's gonna chunk it. It's
gonna skull it and it's gonna yeah. All right. A few more questions. We'll get you out of here.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite PGA Tour golfer?
Yes.
Who and why?
Okay, okay, I have two. I like to watch Bryson DeChambeau hit driver, and then I like watching Phil.
That's
I
two
always-
controversial picks.
Yeah.
Hey, they're entertaining. I will
Yeah,
give you that.
I
I turn on the TV to watch them too. So, why does Ian Poulter suck?
Because usually by hole 17 he's hit at least one in the water. Is what I've heard.
Yeah,
Which is was that happen today or yesterday?
happens every time.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just bad.
Yeah. No, I actually think he's really. The stats show he's clutch,
Clutch.
as good coach say.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Last question. You kind of alluded to this earlier. I will put a continuation on this.
Okay.
So you said we're going to win in the spring. That's a realistic expectation, right?
I believe we won.
Okay. This calendar year 2022. So this spring and
Fall.
this fall.
Yep.
will Elms, one, win an event,
Mhm.
and two, will we have an individual win an event?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes and
and yeah.
yes. Yes and yes. Yeah. Like how many? We have a lot. We have a good amount of tournaments in
We
the
do.
fall,
We do. And we do.
and like especially I think our home course.
It's a good home course
It's
advantage.
it's if you haven't played there, if you only played there a couple of times, it takes a toll on you. It's a tough course, but yeah. So I think we can definitely win one for the year, and then yeah, and either you or Mike are gonna take on with Chip.
Well,
I think that's kind of obvious.
that's always good to hear. Cringy. All right, John, thank you for coming on. Appreciate the
Of
time.
course,
You will be seeing John, I'm sure, in coming podcasts and videos. So
sir.
we'll get you out of here. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, welcome, Alec, to our latest guest for this interview. Alec, how's it going? What are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's just get right into it because I know we're on tight schedules. So, we got the spring season coming up.
Mhm.
What are some of your expectations, realistically, for this season?
Um, I'd say for this season, realistically, I'd like to get a lot better with practice. And as far as tournaments go, I would say shoot under 100.
Sounds good. So that's like a
Hopefully.
goal. Because the next question is going to be if you have like three goals, but it sounds like that's one of them.
Yeah, I would say that's one of my goals for sure.
All right, who do you
Um,
think? Oh, no, go
no,
ahead.
go ahead.
All right. Who do you think will improve the most on the squad this season?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to say me,
Yeah, no,
but
that's fine.
yeah, maybe me or Matt, I would say.
Yeah, I said John personally.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know,
guys know more than I do.
but we'll see. Hopefully everyone improves, but for
Yeah,
the most improved, we'll see. That's a hard one to judge, but and it's like how do you judge it? Because like if Mike starts shooting, low 70s, like that could also be the most improved. I don't know. We'll see.
right. Yeah. Yeah, everybody
Um,
has their own different like kind of judgment of what improvement is to them.
all right. Is there anything you want to improve on specifically in your game? I,
Yeah, definitely my swing path, I think, is my biggest issue. Coming through with my hands first, and I keep coming over the top and I tend to slice the ball.
yeah,
So I would say my swing path is definitely something I want to work on.
gotcha. If you could change one thing about the Elms team, what would it be?
Um, I don't know. That's a good question.
I struggle with this one too, because like you don't want to just like say anything. I don't know. You don't want to make it seem like there's something wrong or bad, but like
Right.
if there's something I'd change, like I don't know, I would change like, geez, it's tough. I would change the if there's something I would change would be, and I know I can't really personally change this, but I guess like the stigma of how we're perceived.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like I don't know, because like I do like to have a good time and have it laid back, but I don't want it to be seen as like a joke, you know. That being
Right.
said, I still
Exactly.
want to be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That one's tough. I can't really think of much. I guess the only thing I would say, for my level is, being paired with kids more my skill level, I'd say. I mean, but
Gotcha.
it's tough because there's some schools where everybody on the team is good. So
Yeah. Yeah, I just gotta go with it and see what you get, and I don't know.
right.
All right, we're gonna get into the fun part now, rapid fire segment. I'm just gonna shoot some questions at you, and you give me an answer. Um,
Okay.
and you can feel free to include yourself in these. So,
Okay.
Who's most likely to lip out?
Mike.
Who's most likely to get a hole in one?
John.
Who's the worst putter on the team?
Myself.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't know. I don't know how anybody is with putting. Maybe
Who's the
Matt.
best? Who's the best putter?
Liam.
Who's the most annoying?
Mike.
Who's the best 3-point shooter?
John.
Draw or fade?
Draw.
All right. One more question, and then we'll let you go. Lastly, I guess, will Elms win a tournament in 2022? Why or why not?
I'd say no, because I just don't think we have the manpower right now.
I'm glad you were honest, because I said no as well. So hopefully, I said no for the spring. I think in the fall we'll be in a better space. We'll be in a better place. But for the spring, I said no just because we're not ready. But I do think this spring will be a good time to ramp up.
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely.
All right. Well, Alec, thanks for joining us. Glad to hear from you. And yeah, we'll catch up.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for having me, Liam.
Peace.
I'll talk.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. I got Matt here.
What's up?
You've seen Matt before. Matt, we're gonna do a quick interview. Ask you a few questions, get you out of here. So yeah, let's start off. First of all, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I can't complain. All right, let's jump into it. What are some of your expectations for the team this coming spring season?
For the team, I think that our biggest goal is to have our top 4 break 100. Well, I mean, our 4 break 100, which is me, and that would be huge. And I feel like if I was to be able to break 100, then we'd actually be able to put up a pretty decent score as like a team.
I agree.
And if us as a team, I mean, you and Mike, easy 1 under. I mean, bang that out. John, 3 overs? Easy. I'll bang out a quick 99 or something. Easy. I mean,
yeah,
those numbers are competing with.
That's a recipe for success.
That's basically a recipe for success. Just good numbers, good scores,
all right.
good everything.
I like it. All right, who do you think will improve the most on the squad this season?
Oh, I got John.
John, that's what I said too.
I got John.
I bet. All right. Is there anything you want to improve on from an individual standpoint this season?
Yeah, I want to be able to keep a consistent I want my chipping to be more consistent, and like just a whole short game, obviously, but like something about my chipping, it's either really good
or it's bad,
or it's a blade into the bunker on the other. Whatever.
Yeah, we'll get you right. Yeah. All right, if you could change one thing about the Elms team, what would it be? And this can be like broad as you want or as specific as you want. And you don't have to change anything if you don't want to.
I think the Elms golf team, I think what we need is some I know we do a lot of fun things together, but I think we need to start working out together, and that would be good. I mean, maybe not during the season, really just pushing numbers, getting too strong to mess up our swings, but maybe just a nice stabilizer, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, I agree. All right, we're gonna go into a rapid fire segment. So I'm gonna give you a quick question, and you just give me an answer. All right.
All right.
All right. Who's the most likely to lip out?
Mike.
Who's the most likely to get a hole in one?
Mike.
Who's the worst putter on the team?
Me.
Best putter on the team?
Mike.
Who is the most annoying on the team?
Mike.
Who's the best 3-point shooter on the team?
John.
Draw or fade?
Draw.
All right. A lot of mics in that.
Yeah.
But for a good reason.
It's no hate. It's all.
No, absolutely not. All right. Last thing before we get you out of here. Will Elms win a tournament in 2022?
The question isn't are we going to win, it's how many.
How many wins? Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on.
Awesome.
And we'll catch up with you a little bit.
Awesome. Have a good one. Elms out.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. We got some fun questions to ask you. But first, you want to introduce yourself a little background of yourself and how you ended up here at Elms?
Sure, yeah. My name is Coach Adam Zwatz. I'm from Connecticut. Started at the Elms program probably 4 years ago now. This is kind of my 4th year with the golf team. I played at Springfield College, so Elms was a rival of ours, and then when the job opened up, I had been doing 2 years of graduate assistant work at Springfield, and so took over the head coaching job, and now we're here with a great group of guys.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you said that. Why golf? I know that you coach basketball. So why put yourself through another sport? And I don't know. Take me through that.
Yeah, I love coaching, and so I started coaching basketball, and that's always been kind of the first love for me. And then I had some success in golf, and wanted to translate that into something that I could do more than just play golf on my own. So, I had the opportunity when I was coaching at Springfield, and it brought that over here.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you chose to do that. He's a great coach. All right, now let's get into some of the pretty questions.
Good. Lay them on.
All right, so we got our spring season coming up. What are some of your realistic expectations you have for the squad? Not only this spring season, but also, I guess, for next fall.
Right. So spring season isn't really something I have expectations for at all.
Yeah, I said something similar.
Right, because spring season it's just about being out on the golf course and working on your own game. So my expectations for this season are that this is a great opportunity for us to go out and make adjustments and figure out what are the things we're going to be working on for the next 6 months. That's what the spring season's all about. I couldn't care less about how we perform, to be honest with you. We could come in first or last or anywhere in between, and it doesn't matter. The fall season, I have some expectations. Obviously, it's dependent on what comes in next fall and who we can get to fill in that kind of last couple of spots and if we make improvements. But, I would love to see an individual from our team win a tournament. I think that's a realistic possibility. I think with those smaller, like one-day events where we have, 8 to 12 teams, I'd love for us to try and, compete and win one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately that comes down to, do we make gains in the summer? So the fall season is really contingent on our ability to practice off season.
I said something pretty similar. I said, we're almost blessed to have a spring season. 'Cause
right.
Easily golf could just be the fall sport, and then, that's it. But we do get the chance to have a few tournaments in the spring. So, yeah, that's
right.
That's all great. So, that being said, who do you think will improve the most on the team this calendar year, 2022?
Matt.
Really? There's
Definitely.
been some mixed answers. So, Matt's not been said. I know.
Well, okay, so for all of you listeners out there, golf is very difficult to get better the closer you get to shooting even, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's all relative. Are you
right.
getting better?
Right, so I'm saying relatively. If I'm looking at who has the most opportunity to make gains, right? It's either Matt or Alec, and I know Alec is obviously busier, and Matt probably has more time.
Yeah.
And Matt has the potential to go from someone who wasn't shooting scores that are nearly competitive to shooting scores that might be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it's up between Matt and John.
I said John.
Yeah, John's the obvious
choice.
John,
because
but
I think he's right in that spot where I think going from 85 to 80 is much harder than say 105 to 100. I don't know.
Right. If John was confident enough in his own skills and ability, he would easily, gain 8 to 10 shots around. But yeah, we'll see. It depends on how confident and how dedicated John is to actually believing in himself to get better. And you can make sure that he hears this portion
I will absolutely
of the interview so that I can.
Hopefully this will.
I'll say the same thing to him in the spring.
I'm sure you will. All right. Have you ever been annoyed or jealous being a coach? For example, when we're playing a nice course or if it's a nice day out
All the time.
All the time.
Constantly.
What are you thinking when you're watching us play these courses?
So I'm definitely jealous that you guys get to compete because I miss it every day. I miss it with basketball. I miss it with golf. Any sport that I'm coaching, because you love the game.
Yeah.
So you would love to be part of it. But I still like to think that I am part of it. So there's a initial action of jealousy where I'm like, man, they get to play New Haven Country.
Yeah.
What a nice like I would have killed to play that course. But in hindsight, you look at it and then you're like, you know what? I'm happy that they get this opportunity. And honestly, I don't really want, like where I'm at in my life, I don't really want to be competing. I like golf for going golfing.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys handle with the 5-hour rounds and the gritty vibe.
I had to ask that because I was curious. Because I was thinking like,
yes, there are a lot of days where I want to put my clubs in the car and just play right behind you guys at some of the nice courses.
Because when I was working at like golf courses, it'd be a super nice day out. There'd be a tournament,
right?
And I'd be wiping their clubs off,
right?
And they're
like,
playing.
Man,
so.
I want to go out there and play.
All right, we're gonna do a little rapid fire segment now.
Okay.
So this will be fun. I'm just gonna ask you some quick questions. You can feel free to include yourself in these answers.
Okay.
They're team based, so I'll give you a question and you answer. All right. Who's most likely to lip out?
Mike.
Who's most likely to get a hole-in-one?
Ooh, Liam.
Worst putter on the team?
Mike.
Best putter on the team?
John.
The most annoying on the team?
Oh, wait. Hold on. Go back, because I can include myself. Me.
Yes.
I'm the best putter on the team.
Okay, I was going to say...
yes. Sorry, I forgot that I can't include myself.
All right, most annoying?
Ooh. Mike.
Hardest to coach?
Mike.
Best three-point shooter?
Me. Hands down. It's not close.
It's got to be John.
No, it's not John.
All right, draw or fade?
Draw. Definitely a draw.
Perfect. All right, we got a few more questions, and then we'll get you out of there. I think you did okay on those questions. I would change the three-point shooter to John. I haven't seen you shoot. I mean, we haven't played yet, but...
Fair enough.
You said I'm most likely to get a hole-in-one.
I think you are.
Because I've been golfing for a while.
Well, I also saw you randomly hole out on 9 in what was that, Vermont?
Yeah.
Up at Castleton?
Rutland, right?
Yeah.
Rutland Country?
Up at Rutland. Like, that's the kind of crazy stuff that I know your game sometimes has, where you're, like, having a tough day, and then you're like, oh, I just holed out and eagled and then birdie, and then I had a triple on the next hole, and it's all away. So
I guess that makes sense.
that's kind of your game.
All right. I'll take it. All right, a few more questions. Why does Ian Poulter stink?
Whoa. All right, that's not on there.
It's not, but it's asked.
Okay. Ian Poulter does not stink. Ian Poulter is a great competitor, and he makes the game of golf better. And that's what it's about. You want people who are exciting, especially when you're watching golf, right? When you're viewing golf, you want to watch people who make the game more exciting and more competitive and better. And he is someone that a lot of people dislike.
I have never turned my TV on to watch Ian Poulter.
Yes, you have. You've watched the Ryder Cup.
And
he is the team leader of Team Europe.
103 weeks out of 104 weeks, I do not turn my TV on to watch Ian Poulter.
Fair enough.
All right.
I do.
All right, back to, let's finish off with some regular questions, I guess. Where do you see the Elms program in 5
to 10 years? I'd like to think that the team has some really good roots that they can kind of build off of every year. So, like, my mission with this team, because we are such a small school, is to lay the groundwork for a sustainable team that is consistently competitive. So that's what I envision with this group of guys, like you guys right now, is that you guys show other schools that we have the capability to compete and that we have the attitude and kind of environment that's conducive to being successful. So, like, I want other schools to look at us and be like, man, those Elms kids really enjoy their time and they seem to be getting better. And then that's what we can showcase to everybody else in New England.
I agree. I think that's well said, and I'm hopefully, like you said, we can kind of like be the base for that to expand off of. And I know we're gonna do our best to not only put Elms on the map, but put them as a threat on the map, hopefully. And obviously, maybe not this spring, but hopefully before our time this year. All right, last question. Will Elms win an event in 2022? Why or why not?
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that we're going to win, hopefully, one of those like one-day events that we've been competitive in the past. I think that's our goal. I'm going to say yes, we win one. I'm going to say we're missing that one missing piece right now, that final link. And whether it's one of our guys currently stepping up or whether it's a new guy coming in, I think that's what's going to take us over the hump.
All right. Well, appreciate you joining us for this little interview. And
Sure.
yeah, this was Adam.